of bases established by European powers. So East India Company was a very good example of globalization in 17th and 18th century. But today globalization is a much different concept. Globalization is more about pace, the speedness, the speed at which flows are going through the world. It is the flow of humans, people for example, or even flow of technology, or flow of information, flow of ideas, flow of resources. If you say for example, if US President makes a statement that we are going to reduce or we are going to increase the interest rates, for example, Federal Bank of USA, Federal Bank makes some statement, all the investment from India or the developing countries flow back to USA or the developed countries, and obviously the rupee will collapse. So that's what. See, if I make a statement today, it will impact the world economy as a whole. If PM Modi says that we are going to have invest 1 lakh crore in green energy, obviously it will impact the economy of entire renewable energy giants in the world. Yes or no? So GE for example. So that's what you should think, that in such a way that these questions can be cracked at that point itself. No one can tell you. If UPSC may come up with a different set of questions. You prepare philosophical questions this time, next time UPSC may come up with current affairs. Current affairs. So then you have to be prepared for that also. So you will make some mistakes. Mistakes should be made. Throughout your preparation, make the mistakes. Only when you make the mistakes, you can learn through. If you don't make mistakes, that means you are not preparing enough. You are not preparing in an adequate manner. So if you make mistakes now, definitely you will get very good marks. So UPSC is not rocket science. I'm telling you, UPSC is not at all a rocket science. It's a very basic funda. If you can crack this funda, you can easily get through this exam, given that you keep right amount of hard work. So I'll talk about it till what time your class is? 12:30?
Yes, sir.
So I can take till 1 o'clock?
Yes.
So I'll just extend for half an hour. I'll briefly talk about globalization and urbanization. I'll not give you any notes, and I didn't get much time to make some PPT also. I will just give you the conceptual understanding and the dimensions of globalization. But I need more interactive sessions. So what is globalization in your understanding? Anyone? So what is globalization? At least tell me whether globalization is a word or a process.
Process.
It's a process. Next, what kind of process it is? How many of you have Netflix account? Please be frank. Netflix? No? Amazon, at least Amazon Prime? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many of you have Instagram account? Probably most of you. Instagram account. How many of you wear jeans? Blue jeans, American jeans. Nike shoes? No Nike shoes? Yes or no? How many of you been to coffee shop? Starbucks? Walmart? No?
Almost everyone, sir, but no one will accept that.
That's a tragedy of globalization. China, India, many countries, they say globalization. In fact, there are many scholars who say that globalization has done greater bad to people, but they themselves. I've seen we were in Bharat Darshan last 1 month. I went to Dharmashala. There were a Tibetan monk sitting in some Tibetan restaurant, an Italian restaurant, holding some laptop, this iPad, Apple iPad. I clicked a photo. Why? Because Tibetan monks. You know the lifestyle of Tibetan monks? They're also following the technology. I've been to Calcutta some 2 weeks back. ASFI students were selling some communist leftist books, and I bought some book for 100 rupees just to keep them. And they said, please pay through phone pay or Google Pay. But again, Google Pay is a replica of, you can say, the modern technological globalization, which is happening. There's an UPI IDs and all, the technological globalization, fingertips. Yes or no? Because, but they are leftist, Marxist, who themselves criticize what? Globalization, capitalism. Definitely we can say one stream of thought, globalization is actually, the present globalization I'm talking about, present globalization is actually promoted by capitalistic societies. USA, for example, 1980s and 1990s onwards, you can say USA is the you can say global police, the global watchman who has safeguarded this globalization. Yes or no? is a global policeman. If you see wherever you go through the high seas or the international waters, there will be some boat of USA safeguarding the trade routes because it serves its interest. So now China is taking its position, or India is taking the space, which is vacated by who? Vacated by USA, not China. China has already taken. China is competing with USA. USA wants to go back. Deglobalization, you can say, anti-globalization movements have increased, especially under Trump's resign. If you see, he has talked about anti-globalization, make American, buy American, hire American. So these kind of inward-looking approaches. But globalization is actually promoted since 1980s and 1990s by Western developed societies, because that's how their purpose. But 2001, what happened? You can see the start of decline of globalization, especially after that 9/11 attacks on USA, the World Trade Center. You can see the globalization has slowly declined. So slowly declined, and 2008 is the year which I can say China has challenged USA. Yes or no? Today you can say definitely China is one stage, or maybe at par. I can say at par with USA, or maybe at some positions even stronger than USA. Yes or no? That's what globalization is, a process where there is greater interdependence, among the societies, among the nations. It's a greater interdependence. Today, India can't become a world power without having its trade going to different parts of the world. Yes or no? That's impossible. China has become powerful because it has become a member of the WTO in 2001 and taken the advantage of globalization. Now China is exporting cheap electronic goods or cheap products, not only electronics, toys for example. Any product, if you take, China has larger share. China has taken the advantage of globalization. It has become a member of the World Trade Organization (WTO) in 2001, and its economy has risen like a tree. It has gone for LPG reforms way back in 1970s. Yes or no? So that's what you can say. Today, globalization can be defined as greater interdependence among the individuals, societies, nations. Or you can say globalization is all about faster exchange of ideas, faster exchange of information, faster exchange of, you can say, technology. That's all. So there are multiple definitions. Some person like McLuhan, right, don't remember these names and all, just remember the concept. Some person says that globalization is making the world a global village. Yes or no? Yes or no? Globalization is actually making the world into a global village. Yes or no? Do you agree with this? Is it making the world into a global village? Which is self-sufficient, which is interdependent. Village, you know concept? Village means self-reliant. There are lots of communities in a village which keep on interdependent or exchanging their goods. That's what makes a village self-sufficient. So today, globalization is defined simply in terms of global village, or I can say in a very it's nothing but simultaneous experience of simultaneous experience of events happening all over the world. Yes or no? If some earthquake happens in Mexico or Japan, you will get to know in seconds. That means you will experience the same event simultaneously. So simultaneous happening, simultaneous experiencing of global events. That's what globalization is. But some person in a very sarcastic manner says, we are living in a flat world. We are living in a flat world. What is flat world means?
We can see each other.
Hmm?
You can see
Entire throat. Yes or no? Flat world. Round world means you see day and night, but there is no such kind of day and night. It's a flat world which you can encounter everything happening. Or simply, if you have gone through the NCRT also, NCRT is given very simple definition. It's about globalization is a process which fundamentally deals with the idea of flows. So you remember this? Globalization is simply which fundamentally deals with flows. What kind of flows? Flow of people. It's very easy to go to USA nowadays. Once upon a time, it used to take 30 days to go to London. Mahatma Gandhi, for example, in his book, has explained this. But today, you can go to USA in one flight. Yes or no? Maybe 12 hours. There are 12 to 16 hours you can go to USA. It's the other part of the world. Yes or no? Or you can say not only movement of people, but also you can say money, resources. That's what I said, foreign direct investment. Foreign FDI and what is other thing? Portfolio investment, FIIs, FPIs or FIIs, foreign institutional investment is more, in fact, you can say more volatile, more robust, more intense. So that's what you can say. The globalization is nothing but fundamentally deals with flows of people, resources, ideas, technology. So you can just go through NCRT and give these notes for you. It's nothing but flows.